This is Bruno. He's 15, nearly blind, and every morning he still brings this tennis ball to the front door. Why? Because the person who used to throw it hasn't been home in 8 months, and they never will be. This isn't just a story about a dog. It's a story about a love so deep, it refused to accept the finality of goodbye. Bruno and Liam were more than just a boy and his dog. They were a single soul in 2 bodies, their days painted with the bright yellow of a tennis ball arcing through the summer sky. Liam got Bruno as a puppy, a tiny, clumsy ball of golden fur who couldn't quite figure out his own feet. As Liam grew from a boy into a young man, Bruno was his constant shadow, his confidant, his furry best friend. Their ritual was sacred. Every morning before school, before work, before life got in the way, there was fetch. Liam would stand by the back door, and Bruno, even in his older years, would dance with the anticipation of a puppy. The sound of the ball thumping against the grass was the soundtrack of their life together. Liam would laugh as Bruno, with a grace that defied his size, would leap and catch it mid-air. They'd play until Liam had to leave, and Bruno would watch him go, the tennis ball held gently in his mouth, a promise of their next game. That promise was kept every single day for 14 years. It was a language only they understood, a simple game that meant everything. I'm here, I love you, I'll be back. But one crisp autumn morning, the routine was broken. Liam left for college, his car packed with books and dreams. He knelt down, wrapped his arms around Bruno's thick neck, and whispered, "I'll be back for Thanksgiving, old boy." "You keep that ball safe for me," Bruno whined softly, nudging Liam's hand with the well-loved tennis ball. He watched the car drive away until it was just a speck on the horizon, not knowing it was the last time he would ever see his boy. The days turned into weeks. At first, Bruno's routine didn't change. Every morning he'd pick up the ball, its felt worn smooth from years of devotion, and carry it to the front door. He'd wait, his tail giving a hopeful thump against the floor whenever he heard a car slow down on their street. Liam's mother, Sarah, would watch him, her heart aching. "He's not coming yet, sweetie," she'd say, her voice thick with an emotion Bruno couldn't understand. He'd just look at her, then back at the door, his cloudy eyes full of unwavering faith. He believed in the promise. He believed in his boy. The accident happened just a week before Thanksgiving. A sudden, senseless tragedy that stole Liam from the world. When the news came, the house fell into a silence so heavy it felt like it would shatter the windows. But amidst the storm of human grief, there was Bruno, oblivious, still holding onto his yellow beacon of hope. He couldn't understand why the house was suddenly filled with sad-smelling people, why Sarah's eyes were always red. All he knew was that Liam was late. Very late. Thanksgiving came and went. The front door opened and closed, but it was never him. Christmas lights twinkled, but they brought no joy to the quiet house. Through it all, Bruno kept his vigil. His walk became slower, more wobbly. The arthritis in his old bones protested with every step, but his resolve never wavered. Every morning, without fail, he'd retrieve the tennis ball and wait by the door. Some days he'd lay there for hours, his head on his paws, the ball tucked under his chin. He'd occasionally lift his head and let out a soft, questioning whine, a sound that broke Sarah's heart a little more each time. He was asking the question no one could bring themselves to answer. Where is he? Why hasn't he come back for our game? Sarah tried to play with him. She'd gently take the ball and toss it down the hallway. Bruno would watch it roll, then look back at her, his expression one of polite confusion. It wasn't the same. She wasn't Liam. Her throws were wrong, her scent was wrong. It wasn't their game. He would politely retrieve the ball and return it not to her, but to his spot by the door. It was a silent, heartbreaking refusal. He wasn't just waiting for a game of fetch. He was waiting for the only person in the world who mattered. His loyalty was absolute, a single-minded devotion that defied logic and reason. He was waiting for his soulmate to come home. As winter deepened, so did Bruno's decline. He started eating less, his once hearty appetite gone. The vet said it was old age, a failing body, but Sarah knew it was more than that. It was a failing heart, a spirit dimming without its light. He spent most of his days sleeping, but his dreams were troubled. His legs would twitch, his tail would wag faintly, and soft barks would escape his lips. Sarah knew he was dreaming of sunnier days, of green fields, and a boy's laughter echoing as a yellow ball flew through the air. Even in sleep he was with Liam. His waking hours were a quiet, painful wait. His world had shrunk to the space between his bed and the front door. The night it happened, the house was still. Sarah had tried to tempt him with his favorite foods, but he refused, turning his head away. He seemed tired, a deep, soul-crushing weariness in his old eyes. He struggled to his feet, each movement a monumental effort. He went to his toy basket and, after a moment of fumbling, picked up the tennis ball. He carried it to the front door one last time, his body trembling with the strain. He lay down, letting out a long, slow sigh, and placed the ball carefully between his paws. Later that night, Sarah was woken by a sound. A single soft cough from the hallway. She rushed out to find him. He was still there, by the door, his watch finally over. His head was resting on his paws, and tucked securely under his chin was the tennis ball. It was the last thing he had touched. He had waited until his very last breath. The next morning, the silence was different. It wasn't just quiet, it was empty. Sarah found him, a peaceful stillness about him that hadn't been there for months. The strain of waiting was gone. His duty was done. He had kept the promise, holding on to that ball, waiting for his boy until he could wait no more. She knelt beside him, tears streaming down her face, and gently took the tennis ball from under his chin. It was still warm. She imagined them now, somewhere beautiful, somewhere without pain or time. Liam, forever young, throwing the ball, and Bruno, no longer old and blind, leaping to catch it, his tail wagging wildly. Their game finally continuing for eternity. A dog's love is a promise that not even death can break. Share this story if you believe a dog's loyalty is the purest form of love. How long did it take for your pet to finally stop waiting for a lost loved one? Tell us your story in the comments. We'd be honored to hear it. Thank you for watching.